Then when Amorim left the club in November, many clubs started asking for Gyökeres in January. He accepted to continue at Sporting till the end of the season to respect the club. Now they want together once again, and Sporting will accept the conditions for Viktor Gyökeres exit, 65 million euros package. So keep an eye on this one in the next days, in the next weeks, because Gyökeres will leave, and my information is that Premier League remains the most likely outcome, with for sure Arsenal and Man United among clubs strongly interested in Viktor Gyökeres.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On this day of recording, Monday the 19th, we have some significant bombshells and updates from Fabrizio Romano. What is the latest regarding Viktor Gyökeres leaving Sporting Lisbon this summer? His price tag been set on £55 million, and there is definitely interest from Manchester United and Arsenal. We're going to talk about Chirkey as well. Where is his faith? Is he going to come to the Premier League, or is he going to go somewhere else? We're going to talk about also Jobe Bellingham, and also the latest with Xhavi Simons to Manchester United with a potential bid. But before we continue with the show, please do us a massive favor, like and subscribe right now. Let's jump right into the show with Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, the Done Deal Show.
And Garnacho!
Has the Premier League ever been more challenging?
Will you be in the dugout at Old Trafford on Sunday? I will be here. Definitely.
Okay, let's go.
Fabrizio, what is the latest development regarding Viktor Gyökeres?
Yeah, I wanted to touch on Gyökeres because, first of all, we have to say congratulations to Gyökeres and congratulations to Sporting. Back-to-back Portuguese League title. They still have to play Copa Taça de Portugal final in the next days before closing the season. So Viktor Gyökeres always wanted to be super respectful. And this is why respectful is the crucial word. This is why Gyökeres is going to be available this summer and is going to leave Sporting, because the decision is made. Gyökeres will leave. So forget about the public statements. Forget about what he said in TV yesterday. The plan is for Viktor Gyökeres to leave Sporting this summer. But respectful is the key word to understand why he's going to be worth less than the release clause. And obviously it's not about what we see on the pitch, because probably on the pitch Viktor Gyökeres is showing that he's worth more than his 100 million euros release clause. This guy contributed to 121 goals in 2 years. It's unbelievable what he's doing for Sporting in terms of goals, leadership, assists. So incredible striker. But Viktor Gyökeres will leave this summer for 65 million euros package, and also included. So we will see how it's going to be structured based also on the club who's going to sign Viktor Gyökeres. But the player is available for something around 65 million euros because 1 year ago many clubs wanted to sign him, and Gyökeres accepted Sporting position to keep the player for 1 more season. Then when Amorim left the club in November, many clubs started asking for Gyökeres in January. He accepted to continue at Sporting till the end of the season to respect the club. Now they want together once again, and Sporting will accept the conditions for Viktor Gyökeres exit, 65 million euros package. So keep an eye on this one in the next days, in the next weeks, because Gyökeres will leave, and my information is that Premier League remains the most likely outcome, with for sure Arsenal and Man United among clubs strongly interested in Viktor Gyökeres.
Well, that is a significant bombine update, and kind of nerve-wracking for Manchester United fans that had a dire season. But I will only assume that if Manchester United win on Wednesday in the Europa League final and get that Champions League, that they will be able to convince Viktor Gyökeres. Nerve-wracking moments, as what you say. Keep your eyes on that one. Let's continue talking about Rayan Cherki. In regards to Rayan Cherki, Saturday was a big announcement coming out from Rayan Cherki announcing that he will leaving the club. He's informed the presidents, the fans and everything. So what is next for Rayan Cherki for that cut price?
Yes, he's leaving, and it's important news, no? Because we always had this feeling of the player on the verge of leaving 1 year ago. Then in the January transfer window, Borussia Dortmund were pushing for Rayan Cherki, but nothing happened. Last summer there was some interest from England. Now for this summer, I expect English clubs to return. for Rayan Cherki because the interest is strong. Let's see what Borussia Dortmund also decide to do for the player, because they want to add some quality, some creativity. But in January, the problem was that Borussia Dortmund were convinced to trigger the release clause of Rayan Cherki. The problem is that the clause is not considered valid by Olympique Lyon. In France, release clauses are not allowed, so there is a legal stuff there that is complicated things in terms of price tag. Probably the best solution to get Rayan Cherki is to try be collaborative with Olympique Lyon, try to discuss with the president and find the solution. So that was the topic. But I expect clubs to return. For Rayan Cherki, I expect, as he mentioned, to see the player leaving the club. Something I wanted to clarify is on Paris Saint-Germain. We had many rumors on PSG and Rayan Cherki. At the moment, with the current situation, PSG are not interested in advancing on a deal for Rayan Cherki. So at the moment, the situation is very quiet with PSG. Then, if something changes in the next weeks, we will let you know. But the expectation is for Rayan Cherki to look for options probably outside France to see some new opportunity around Europe.
Wow, that's a massive bomber. I'm sure Manchester United should get all over it. I mean, it's a cut price, I think, £90 million, and we should see what you're saying, Fabrizio. Let's talk about Jobe Bellingham, the brother of Jude Bellingham. What's going on?
Yeah, I think so. I think also Jobe Bellingham is going to be one to watch in this summer transfer window. We have to obviously respect Sunderland. We always receive many questions on this boy, but Sunderland are competing to be in the Premier League next season with the final of the playoffs. So let's see what happens there and what also the player decides to do. But in terms of interest, there is strong interest, especially from one club. And that club is Borussia Dortmund. There is also interest from Premier League. So it's true that some Premier League clubs called to be informed of the conditions of potential deal for Jobe Bellingham. But my information is that Borussia Dortmund are in love with Jobe Bellingham, are giving eventually priority to Jobe Bellingham over other potential targets. For example, Carne Chukwuemeka, who is on loan at Borussia Dortmund from Chelsea. They would like to keep Chukwuemeka, but their priority step is going to try to sign Jobe Bellingham. So this is what Borussia Dortmund will do in the next weeks. They will try to get in touch with Sunderland. They will try to get in touch with people close to the player to understand the conditions of potential exit. It's not going to be an easy deal, but for sure the interest is strong, and I think it's going to be one of the priority targets for Dortmund because they need and want to add some quality behind the strikers like Serhou Guirassy, who remains a crucial part of their project.
Thank you, Fabrizio. On the other hand, looking at Jobe Bellingham, it looks like he's following in the footsteps and advice from his brother. Jobe going to Borussia Dortmund might be the plausible, solution, but we also know that Manchester United showed interest. But anyway, thank you, Fabrizio Romano, for providing us the lethal update and the bombast regarding Viktor Gyökeres, what's going on with him. Also, Rayan Cherki to Manchester United target. We want to hear from you, from the viewer section. Leave your comment section. Do you think that Man United will sign Viktor Gyökeres if they get Champions League and Rayan Cherki? We're going to move on to the next story, the bomba of today as well. We're going to talk about Xhavi Simons and a potential bid submitted by Manchester United. Are you ready? Manchester United make a 135 million bid for Xhavi Simons. What is that all about? Manchester United have submitted a 135 million bid to sign RB Liepzig midfielder Xhavi Simons, according to reports. What a bomba! Can we believe it? Well, let's dive right into the story. Well, these reports come out today from the People's Person, which is a credible outlet out in the web. The Spanish outlet Gyokeres, which has contended the Red Devils to have tabled a stunning offer which would constitute a club record in the transfer market to buttress Ruben Amorim's squad with a complete player in the key position. Reports saying that the Portuguese coach has struggled in the implemented trademark 3-4-2-1 formation since arriving at Old Trafford from Sporting Lisbon in November to replace Erik ten Hag. The system relies upon two attacking midfielders stationed behind the striker. These players must be technical strong and capable of operating in tight spaces while retaining the speed and the skill of offer the threat in behind. Amorim has found the best balance in the midfield pivot behind the front line with Bruno Fernandes deployed as a deeper position, but there's always a bit bug. He has removed United's best attacking threat from attacking unit at the time at the team are desperately for short of goals. The striker partnership for Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Xerxes continues to be non-goals in the Premier League. only sharing about 7 goals in between them. So, however, Ruben Amorim's system deploys wingers in the wing-back position to help balance the team to Brent in the voting in the 5-man defense rather than the 3-man setup on functionality. Now, United head coaches found great success playing Amad Diallo as a right wing-back. But however, the reports are saying now, the people's person coming in here, they revealed that Simmons is ready to leave Germany this summer. He has announced that he is departing, and that is something the Manchester United are licking the wounds, because they've been following the Xhavi Simons for quite a while. We wanted him as well, and including Liverpool as well. So who will win the race? According to Fajita States, the United have now submitted a €135 million offer to RB Liepzig, to the prize jewel, in the bid to win this red-hot race for the Dutch international. However, according to my opinion and according to this article, this figure feels vastly inflated. It's vastly inflated, 135 million. I think that will be a race for negotiation. RB Leipzig want big money. Manchester United will not simply pay 135 million for Xhavi Simons. So I think that we will look at around 80 million euro asking price in package, or potentially slice it down with Manchester United trademark negotiations in terms of splitting up the payments in amortization. This doesn't rule out that the idea that United have submitted a bid for Simmons, but who has been in long-term target at Old Trafford. I take this with a pinch of salt, because Man United need to win Europa League and qualify for Champions League at the end of the day. If Man United qualify to Champions League, there will be 100+ million available in the war chest, and then I believe that Xhavi Simons will be a Manchester United target. Let me know what you think regarding everything that's been said and done by Fabrizio Romano, regarding Viktor Gyökeres, regarding Javi Simons as well, and another target, which is Rayan Cherki. Guys, there's been some reports also mentioning that no other than the legendary goalkeeper, the Argentinian Aston Villa, has announced that he might be leaving Aston Villa this summer, and Manchester United have been offered the goalkeeper. Would you take Emi Martinez to Manchester United? Let me know in the comments section below. This has been Mick Ruby, Fabrizio Romano on the Done Deal Show. Like and subscribe, and we should follow this with eagle eyes, because the transfer window is about to open in 2 weeks. Guys, see you to the next one. Glory, glory, Manchester United. We out of here. Peace.